Hi, listeners.
Chatty Chappies.
Here we are again.
Chatty Chappies.
Chatty Chappies.
Chatty Chappies.
Chatty Chappies.
Brian and Andrew on Chatty Chappies.
Chatty Chappies.
Thank you for turning on Chatty Chappies. Andy and Brian are recent friends who are discovering similar interests and just like chatting about all kinds of things from music to vehicles, spirituality to writing, but seldom football. No, never soccer. I mean, never football.
Chatty Chappies.
You are listening to Andrew and Brian on Chatty Chappies.
Right, I know that you're doing your research, so I'm just going to start our programme.
Yeah.
And you can catch up with us, because you're going to try and tell me how you can prove that there was leap years many centuries ago. In the meantime, I'm going to do some shout-outs, because we seem to be getting good feedback on the shout-outs. So hi Colin, hi Jimmy Gunn, Dave Ducker, the man that ate the Bilt ham raw. And Ian Morrison, hi Ian, and Jen Gregory, our number 100 Chatty Chappie, all the way down in London. Hi Jen.
Hi.
So, we were talking in terms of what?
We were talking about it appears to get darker earlier this year than it does some years.
Right.
So
it gets darker earlier. It seems to be getting darker earlier this year than other years.
than last year.
Right?
So, I always thought, sunrise, sunset, it'll be the same time
Yes.
each year. So on the 21st of June, the sun sets here in the north
Yeah.
at 10:15.
So you can predict the time, just like the tides. Yeah.
Yeah. And you could say,
It's going to go down.
but, and it, as the season moves from midsummer into autumn and
Yep.
then winter, so as the earth turns and the sun moves to the southern hemisphere, we get shorter days till we get to 21st of December, and then we start getting longer days again.
Okay.
But the actual time of each day has to change slightly.
Yes, there'll be so many minutes
Yeah,
every day,
yeah.
shorter or longer, depending on which
the
way.
rule of
Yeah.
thumb is you get 15 minutes a week.
Okay, 15 minutes a week.
Okay, so if you think about it, there's an hour after the turn of the year.
Yep.
21st of December.
Yep.
You turn, and roughly there's an hour's extra daylight by the time you get to Burns Night on the 25th of January.
Right. Okay.
Okay, a little over 5 weeks.
So if the time of the sunset is in a predictable way, then how's it getting darker quicker this summer? Now, I wonder if it's this, Andrew, and this might throw your tables out.
Aye.
If it's been 5 or 10 days of cloud, you don't see the sunset so well, and because it's cloudy, it feels darker.
That obviously has a huge influence on it, because there's nights that you can get
Yep.
very cloudy night, but you get glimpses of the sky
Yeah.
behind the clouds,
Yeah.
and you go, if it wasn't a cloudy night,
Yep.
it would be quite bright.
Yeah, and you get the shafts of light sometimes coming down.
which
Oh,
are-
beautiful.
beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful. It always makes you think that,
Yeah. So if I win you over, it's probably just been more cloudy evenings.
it could well be, but I still think that possibly there's a slight change in the time. Some years, I'm looking to see online while we're talking,
Yep.
if I can find a site, and if anybody wants to put in the comments
Okay.
about it, if we've got any astronomers in our group,
So,
who can tell us definitively.
is it getting darker,
And then,
quicker?
for instance, if next year,
Yep.
as the Earth moves and the sun comes back to the northern hemisphere,
Yep.
will we have slightly different times for sunset, sunrise than we have this year?
Well,
So today's the 19th.
yeah.
Will we have, next year,
Yep.
it'll be marginally different?
Maybe Douglas Kennedy knows the answer to this. Douglas, if you know the answer, could you put something in the comments? There's a surprise for you. Anyway, that's an interesting start to get us warmed up, and you need to be warmed up to this one, Andrew.
Yeah.
We seem to be on another kind of annoyance subject, and
The two grumpy old men.
yeah, I'm afraid so. And this is to do with, well, it goes back to the summertime actually, and we walked up to Culloden from the house,
Yes.
and we discovered there's no pavement all the way.
To go from when you get onto the Culloden Road
The Culloden Road, yes.
to the battlefield.
To the
Just
battlefield.
for people who don't
Yep.
necessarily know the layout of.
So you've got grass verges at both sides. At some bits you've got a worn down path which is a bit uneven, and at some bit on the right as you go east, there is some tarmac, to be
Yeah.
fair. But there's some bits where there's nothing on both sides of the road. It's just got the grass verge.
Yeah.
Now, that's okay. You know, it's a country road, but it would seem the authorities are encouraging tourists to go to see Culloden.
Yes.
And I'm sure the National Trust for Scotland love people to go and visit their site, and it's worth a visit. But the challenge is, people are hiring bicycles from the centre of the town, they're cycling up the hill, and then they're petrified because of the road.
Yeah.
There is no track, there's no walking track, they're having to cycle on the main road, which is a general B road, or is it a B road?
No, it's an
A road.
It's an
It's
A
an A
road.
road.
It's an A road, but it's a country A road.
It's a country road with quite a few bends, and there's just no scope, and we have traffic going at
60 miles an hour.
60 miles an hour and 40 coming out of the built-up area.
Mm-hmm.
So, not very pleasant.
No. And there are tourists who walk everywhere.
Yes?
Backpackers, and think, well, I can walk up to Culloden Battlefield from the town. It's a distance of about 6 miles.
Yes, it would be about that, yeah.
And so, yeah.
Nice cycle run.
And it's a nice cycle run.
Easier going back into the town.
Obviously, you're dropping downhill all
yeah.
the way into Inverness, but
So-
it has been cycled even by myself.
So one evening, let's see, would it be about August? I was out walking and we met. I say we because Francis was with me. We met this American couple and their son, and they were on the bikes, and they were stopping and they were. Do we want to go any further?
Yeah.
So they were obviously they were concerned about cycling the next bit. So they actually came off their bikes, and I encouraged them to carry on. So we actually walked with them for quite a bit of the journey on the track, and they walked with their bicycles. But to me, I don't know how much it costs to put paths down, but even one path on one side of the road, all the way to Culloden, would be worth it.
Yes, because somebody is going to be seriously injured or killed, sadly, at some point by walking up along the road and having to step on and off of the grass verge. And it's preventable. We put, there should be a footpath for those who feel the need to walk from Inverness city centre to Culloden Battlefield.
You know what I'm thinking? It's a bit like the NC 500. You know, we want, I say we, the authorities, whoever they might be, we want people to come and we want to take the money from them, but we're not really good at the infrastructure.
No, it's the same thing that we touched on some weeks ago.
Several programs back, yeah.
And while we're on it,
Yeah?
I'm going to bring up one. We were up at Culloden Battlefield at the centre, and they shut at 4:30.
Yeah.
Middle of summer, and you've still got people arriving at that time thinking they can go for a walk around, which they can,
Yes.
but they can't go into the centre, into the visitor centre.
Right, so they can't get the presentation.
Yeah, and I don't know if these are standard times
Right.
for the National Trust or for Scotland, or is it locally set?
Yeah.
But it just seems to me that, again, having such a major tourist attraction, that at the height of the tourist season, the holiday season,
Yeah.
it's getting closed by,
It might simply be to do with shifts, you know, the hours worked in a day, you know, 10 till 5
Yeah.
or something like that. But yes, could it be mixed shifts so that
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
extend the time?
yeah.
Because there's people there early in the morning in the
Yes,
summertime.
yeah.
And actually, there's a wonderful atmosphere when it's quieter, when there's less people there. Not necessarily when the mist is coming over the hills, but there's a haunting sensation and feeling there
Well,
up in the
it's-
moor.
Yeah. And it is. It's it's somewhere where a battle took place.
The last major battle on UK
I think it's
soil.
the last battle on UK
Yeah.
soil. And
Yeah.
yeah.
That would be something to talk about sometime, is the Battle of Culloden and how, why, when and where.
Well, there we go.
But not for today, yeah.
Not for
today. So I think we head off now, is it? It's time to shut down for the day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Nice to see you again.
likewise.
And,
Likewise. And
uh,
if folks can come and tell us about the
Yep.
sunset, sunrise times and the fluctuations,
Yep.
that would be brilliant.
That would be great. Okay. Thank you, Andrew, and good to see you again.
Likewise. Good to see you, Brian.
Bye for now.
Bye. Bye.
You were listening to another program of Chatty Chappies.